Hey, this is Tactipants. What's up, YouTube? We're going to be going over the Victorinox Rambler today. Yep, check it all out. Go through the construction. We have a couple of new talking points, stuff like that. Construction, features, ergonomics / usability, and my rating at the end that I always do. This is going to be pretty short and to the point. There's not a whole lot to this, but this is one of my favorite knives / multi-tools. I mean, it doesn't have pliers, but that's not, in my opinion, what defines a multi-tool. It's got plenty of tools on this. All right, so diving into construction, we have ABS scales here with some inlays for your tweezers and your toothpick there. All the rest is stainless steel liners and inserts underneath the tools in there. Keep it all rust free for the most part. We have, your little D-ring here. That's also stainless steel. And the blade here, nice little, this is one of my favorite pocket carry multi-tool blades of all time. Victorinox calls this their X55 CR14 steel, which may or may not be some sort of revolutionary, yada, yada, yada. They've been using it for a long time. I think it's probably comparable to 420HC or 8CR13, AUS 8, something like that. But the geometry is really good, and check this out, guys. It says Victorinox stainless steel. There is a sharpening choil right there on this tiny little knife. I mean, you can see, absolutely just tiny. The entire tool is, it weighs nothing, just ridiculously small. But this blade cuts really, really well in a couple of the cutting tests that I've done, and nail nick works great. Not too strong of a detent, it's just pretty much perfect on the blade there, ground on both sides. Came super sharp and is easy to sharpen too. Moving on to this is one of my most frequently used tools because it is so thick compared to like the other tools. You look at the knife, it's pretty thin. There's not a whole lot to it. If you bent it or, torqued it side to side, you'd have some serious issues with that knife blade. But there's no worry of that. Nice and thick piece of stock on this, really little knife. You have your cap lifter there. I believe that is a like a wire stripper or a small nail puller. I'm not exactly sure. May have to check. Put that in the comments. And then we have a amazing 3D Phillips head screwdriver. This works great, especially because the body of the tool is circular, so you can spin it just like you would a small screwdriver. Stainless steel also uses to pry things up, dig in places that I would, normally have to use a knife blade for. Just really nice on that front. Moving along, one of the best, if not the best, pair of pocket tool scissors ever. These things will chew through cardboard, paper, paracord, rope, fingernails, anything you want to cut with this. It is really, really good. I believe that's a brass pivot in there, and then you have just a super simple design with a captured spring back there in the handle, and the spring just flexes to give you nice tension there. And really, really great on there. Scissors came sharp. They're still sharp. All that is great. Go to the last tool here on the main body. We have a nail file and a flathead screwdriver. Again, this is great for getting in and poking and twisting things. If you have to pry some plastic apart, what have you. The nail file isn't great, but if you had to file something, like nails, obviously, or a little bit of plastic, maybe wood. I wouldn't be filing any metal with this. I've tried it. Didn't work out so great. Kind of wore off a little bit of the abrasive material. All right, moving on to the back end of the tool. Man, I'm smoking through this review. We have an excellent pair of tweezers. If you guys remember from my last multi-tool review, the Leatherman Micra, that has an attached pair of tweezers, which is great for probably 85% of tweezer situations, but sometimes you just can't get a tool this size, or especially the Micra size, into an area, and you just need a little tiny, pair of tweezers to get maybe in through somewhere, pick something up, and pull it back out. That's where these would excel. If you use them too often, this little detent there, or not detent, that raised portion is what locks it into the handle. If you use it too often, that will wear off on you and start falling out. Here's a tool that I almost never use, but it is handy nonetheless. It's a little tiny toothpick. I know it comes across on the camera as this kind of ugly yellowish color, but it's actually a really clear white. Yeah, really clear white, and that snaps in there very positively. So overall, really nice knife. The ergonomics on it are fine for as little as it is. I do like that the bottle opener and the screwdriver tool kind of gives you almost a finger choil there and another finger hold here to use the knife, and there's not much to get in your way if you're cutting material down in this area here. You can get a nice strong purchase. You're not going to be whittling wood or hacking up a, I don't know, black bear with this, but for opening a box, a package, cleaning out your fingernails, whatever you need to do, this is going to work just fine. All the other tools are pretty much the same way. Heads up for all you guys that are still tuned in, I'm going to have a sick comparison video coming up in just a little bit, so stay tuned for that. I'll crank that out, and that should be all good. Like, comment, subscribe. Give me some heads up in the comments of what you thought of my videos, if I could have done anything better, and as always, have a great time.